Robert Earl with rookieagents.com and going live here on Rookie Agents on YouTube. Get a lot of questions that come in from individuals about getting their real estate license and asking whether or not now is a good time to get their license or should they wait for another time. So going to cover that information, answer questions that have come in, and do this in a live stream format. So if you want to leave a chat, you can go ahead and do so, and or leave a comment if you're watching this in a replay, and we'll make sure that we answer the questions and get you the real live and life information to help you get up and running and started with your real estate career. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things, because the rules have changed, and so has the environment of the real estate, getting licensed, the economy, those types of things. You become an agent, you're going to have to go through a real estate course. We're going to talk about the exams, your registration with the state, your selection of a brokerage, and then also focusing on your business training that you need to go through. That's a part that I've got to admit a lot of individuals leave out when they're talking about becoming a real estate agent. They see something on HGTV, they think that it's cool or nice to be able to become a real estate agent, but as far as what it truly takes to be successful and start your own real estate business, well, that's what we're going to go into and cover some of those details. So right now, I've been asked, is it a good time to get into real estate? And I would say just prior to the election and then post-election, with the changes that were made with the NAR settlement last year, there definitely is a good time to get into real estate. And let me explain for a little bit. The industry has definitely shifted. There have been new rules that have come out, new requirements for agents that have been placed upon us, buyers having to get buyer agency agreements. When times change like this, there is a group of agents that make a decision that this isn't for them. It's not the business. It's not the real estate industry that they got into. And they don't want to keep up to date with the information. So you see them get out of the business. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. That applies sometimes. And this gives an opportunity, because while they're getting out of the business, the number of sales that are projected to occur in 2025 are similar to what they were in 2024. So there still will be homes and transactions that will be occurring. The question is, who are the agents that are going to be taking these transactions? Is it going to be you as a new agent taking the place of an agent that got out of the business? Another reason why real estate and why it's a great time for folks to get into real estate really is the freedom, the flexibility, and the financial reward that comes with being a successful real estate agent. While corporations are putting a call back to office mandate in place, government agencies doing so, real estate itself still provides the flexibility of the potential with schedule. Now, those that abuse the flexibility and the freedom never get the financial reward. Let me explain. If they're not regularly doing the job of being a real estate agent, if they're not successfully doing lead generation, if they're not actually putting time, effort, and energy into their real estate business, then they're not going to be successful. And we see this time and time again with individuals that think, oh, I'm just going to get into real estate. It'll be simple. It'll be easy. They like to look at homes. They like architecture, those types of things. When it comes down to it, though, they don't fall in love with the lead generation aspect of becoming a real estate agent. And so this becomes difficult for them to actually be successful. So if you're willing to do the effort and set up your time block schedule, you could time block off to say, I've got an appointment on that day, and therefore a doctor's appointment, something with your kids, PTA, those types of things, where you're not available to go meet with the buyer and seller at that particular time, yet you have the flexibility to meet with them on another day at another time and set your schedule in that way. So that's one where folks are looking at this in this current environment and saying, this is still a great opportunity for me to exercise that freedom and flexibility to be able to take control of my own schedule. Now, when we look at also the training and the tools and the coaching of what it takes to actually be successful in real estate, this has never been better. You no longer have to figure it out on yourself if you don't want to. If you want to try to figure it out on your own, then you're going to have that situation where if you're not associating with a company that's focused on systems and tools and training and having the online process and the in-person process to be able to assist you, then yes, you are going to struggle as a real estate agent. But if you tap into that training, becoming a successful agent and the path to become a successful agent has never been clearer. So let's talk about, no matter what state you're in, let's talk about the fact that there is a real estate course that is required. And a number of states now allow online courses. I'm looking at my screen, I'm looking at the information so that I can share you. I'm monitoring for questions that are able to come in. And if we look at the set hours, if I go over here and look at the information, in the description section of this video, there's some links to some real estate schools that you can use, and these are schools that I know that we've had agents go through and be successful with. The CE Shop is one of those schools. And as we look at this for real estate, you would select the real estate and then go to your particular state. The states that are listed here on the screen offer some form of online courses. I happen to be located in Florida. I'm going to select Florida here. And when you select the state, you'll see that Florida requires a 63-hour real estate course, and that this course has been approved by the state, accredited by the state to satisfy the hours that you have and that you're required. If I go to Indiana, for example, it's a 90-hour course. If I am going here, Mississippi is a 60-hour course. So all of these are interactive online courses. The idea behind it is that you are presented with chapters and sections, and as you go through the chapter and section, you'll be given a quiz at the end of it. And if you are able to pass that quiz, they then move you on to the next section. So this is the opportunity for you to get signed up. And a number of these schools offer also as discounts, promo codes, those types of things. So 3 real estate schools that we have on there, the CE Shop, Aceable, Agent is another one that has it available. Again, if I select the particular state, then I have the course that's available to me. Now, let's talk about the courses and what you would be looking for and what you would need to select, because I did bring up that there are going to be exams that are involved. You're going to have a final exam for the course, and then you're going to have to go and take a separate state/national exam to test what you're learning throughout the course. Let me skip ahead here for a second. You see, the secret to the course is being able to pass the exam. And that's the purpose of the course. The purpose of the course is to prepare you for the exam. It prepares you to pass the licensing exam, and that is the primary course of it. It is not going to teach you how to sell real estate. That comes from when you're with a real estate company. This will teach you the basics to protect the public with regards to real estate laws, contracts, ethics, so you can operate legally and responsibly and take care of the public from that standpoint. There's a lot of information that they want you to have a general knowledge of that you will not use on a day in, day out basis when you become a licensed agent. If they're asking about surveys, those types of things, you have surveyors that'll take care of that, appraisers that'll work with certain items, mortgage companies, title companies. You follow what I'm saying, is that they're going to give you information and want you to recall it in a multiple choice format, yet you will not directly use it. The purpose of the course is to prepare you to pass the test. And the course is your entry key. It is not your success plan. We'll talk about that in just a second. So the key to picking the real estate school and the package that you work through is to make sure that you have the sample test questions. And that's why when you look at the schools, that the packages that they offer, there is this is with the CE shop where they offer a course only. This happens to be Mississippi, where they give you the pre-licensing course. So they give you the course information, they give you some flashcards, they give you some glossary terms. It looks attractive because it's the lowest investment that you have to make. What it does not include is the exam prep module. The exam prep module is included in the standard package or above. If I go over to Aceable Agent, for example, they give you the basic package in Florida. The deluxe package, if we go down, the devil's in the details, if we go down through the details, you'll see that it gives you 3 months of the exam prep. Well, you're going to need that exam prep from the sample test questions that will allow you to pass the exam. That's not just that particular state that I'm looking at. If I go to get my license and I select another state, I got to work with the drop downs here. So if I'm selecting a state and I want to go to California for my pre-licensing course, and I've got to select all the options. So I'm going pre-licensing, and for a sales license, I can get to any one of the states 135 hours. So 3 45-hour courses that are involved. But again, you see that there's not only on the standard package here, there is an exam prep and a pass guarantee. And although there's more hours requirements, there still is, it's actually less expensive than it was for some of the other packages in other states. So those are some of the details that you're going to want to look through and go through. Question comes up, how long should I take to be able to pass the course? How long will it take me to get my course done? Well, you do have the ability, let's say the California one, you have the ability to complete the course in as little as 8 weeks. In the state of Florida, 63 hours, it's 2 to 3 weeks. The reason that you really want to take this period of time and not take longer than that, in most cases, the course is available for a 6-month window. You don't want to take all 6 months because you'll start forgetting what you learned at the start of the course, and the purpose of taking the course is to pass the exam. The longer you take, the more difficult it becomes with recalling the information, and the longer it takes, you are not able to get into production and actually being able to cash any checks. So you're not allowed to collect a commission until you've actually passed the course. So that's the reason for having the exam prep module. Appreciate the question that comes in about how long does it take. That's your own particular schedule for you to be able to do this, and you wouldn't want to take longer than that period of time. So that's step 2 with the exam. The next portion is your state requirements, and I'm going to go back to the screen. But some of the things, this is spelled out for Florida, for example, is that you have to go through and take fingerprints for a background check. You have to actually apply for your license. You have to obtain sponsorship from a broker. There are post-licensing requirements that are also involved. So if we go back to the screen here, while we're on the particular state there with California, California has a 45-hour first renewal. Any one of the states that are on here, if we look at the state requirements, then it gives you the information here that it's a 135-hour course, that the number of courses that you have to use a particular completion time on this. This certificate is available, the course itself is available for an initial 6-month period, and then you would have to pay extra to get this. You'll get a certificate of completion, and then they give you information on the state licensing information and the real estate website that goes through to the state. Now, part of this, and I list over here on another page, part of this is the beauty of connecting with a local office. And if you need to find an office in your particular area, in the description of this video, you'll see a link that is for you getting a step-by-step guide. By you completing that, I will connect you with a local office. The local office will be able to walk you through the steps that are required for you to get the process in your particular state. Some require a local level. In the state of Georgia, you have to go to a local sheriff's office to get a background check document. That has to be submitted in. Some of the states, the paperwork is filled out by the testing center that you've gone through, and they submit it in along with that you pass the course. Others, it's a packet that your broker submits in. So your local office would be able to assist you to go through all of those steps and details. Now let's talk about the local office or the brokerage. As we talked about, the real estate course isn't teaching you how to sell real estate. That is left up to the brokerage, but the brokerage is not legally required to provide you with any training. They're just required to hold your license in good standing. And they will not teach you, they are not obligated to teach you how to generate leads, how to close deals, how to actually sell homes. There are real estate companies out there that will just strictly hang your license. There are others that are focused strictly on compliance, that if you follow the rules, they'll make sure that you are okay, that you've hit your renewal periods, those types of things. They'll cut your commission check. They'll charge whatever your fees are. They'll go through that standpoint. Really, as a real estate agent, you are expected to figure out how to build your real estate business. And I'm talking about that of not just being a realtor. It is how to figure out how to be a real estate business. And without structured training or coaching, many agents get lost before they ever have an opportunity to become successful and get going. And by you investing the time of watching this information, of going through this, hopefully that will help you in trying to navigate through the process in making sure that you're have a fighting chance, let's say, of being successful. You see, the business rules have changed, and it's really, do you want to strictly be a real estate agent, or are you looking to be a business owner? Someone that actually is looking at the same way that Shark Tank would. Am I profitable? Am I growing? Am I selling more homes? Am I helping more buyers? How is my business actually growing? See, a typical real estate company does not have a structured level of new agent and ongoing agent training or mentorship. Agents are left to figure it out on their own, whether it be through YouTube videos, whether it be through cloud presentations. Look, you're looking online because you're trying to find out information. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to go to a physical location and sit down and talk with somebody about your career and the investment that you're trying to make? Some brokerages, like Keller Williams, actually do have that type of structure. They have a community and culture to be able to help you versus being stuck in a situation where there's no collaboration, no support. You're just stuck in a virtual chat room or help box. There are companies that will sell you on the splits, not on success. And what I've learned is even if they offer a high percentage, if you don't know how to sell, a high percentage of nothing is still nothing. So low fees or a low split may sound good until you realize the lack of help that may come behind that. So when we talk about this, we talk about it being in a level of business training. You learn how to build a business, not just close deals. The right company teaches you how to think like a business owner from day one. When I first got into real estate, I was taught a way to do things as a new agent. As soon as I sold a couple homes, they said, that's great. Now you have to do something completely different. You have to focus on a different way of doing business. And I was like, wait a second. Why can't I learn how to do things and go all the way through and apply something that allows me to have a great career, not just a great deal? And so that's where that consistent income and having that system in place that allows you to do that versus just chasing your next commission. Having that culture of collaboration. If I can bounce an idea off of someone, and the person I'm bouncing the idea off of, I want to make sure that I'm not directly competing with them, that I have the assurances that I'm working with somebody and I'm really at worst, I'm in a level of co-opetition with them, that we're cooperating together in order to grow each of our businesses and be able to do that. Also want to be able to plug into proven systems and coaching and models. I just don't want to have to try to figure it all out on my own. You see, success leaves clues, and you want to be able to follow a step-by-step playbook instead of just winging it. I have a video that's linked, and you can also search for this, of mistakes that I made when I first got into real estate that frankly cost me nearly six figures by picking the wrong company, taking the wrong classes. I won't give away all the details on it, but if you're wanting to make sure that you don't make the mistakes, I have a blog post, I have the video that will show you this information. You see, who you're in business with matters. Part of the reason that I'm with Keller Williams, and this isn't a pitch on Keller Williams, is just showing you, being the #1 real estate franchise in the United States that's ranked as the #1 franchise with regards to transaction sides. They sell homes. They teach their agents how to sell homes, and by doing so, their agents cash commission checks. And if you're going to make the investment to get into real estate, isn't that what it's about? You see, in the business rules, it really comes down to training. You don't know what you don't know. That's part of the reason here on Rookie Agents that I've recorded the new agent training of Ignite, for you to be able to have an avenue where you can get up and running. And Ignite is given at Keller Williams offices so that you have a new agent training program to help you be successful and sell your first homes. With hands-on experience, support systems, the ability to do role playing and real playing, and then having that, as I talked about, with Ignite available online. So search for KW Ignite. You'll see the banners here, the information, and you'll be able to take those courses. But focus on your real estate course first, and then get into the Ignite portion. And then having the backing of coaching, whether it be a remote type of coaching like this from a productivity standpoint, but coaching that focuses on your skills, your growth, your mindset, your marketing, that focuses on building relationships, not just transactions, and has a level of accountability built into it. You see, the rules have changed, the marketplace has changed, the economy has changed. And so that's why in the video description, I have a step-by-step guide that you can request, fill out the information, and that will give you details for you to be able to learn how to pick the right real estate class, how to go through the steps, how to avoid some of the mistakes that I've made, how to be connected with a local office that can help you through all the state requirements, that can provide you with business training and coaching and launch you on your way. So, wanted to take the time, did a live here for you. Leave your comments or put in some of the information. Appreciate the questions that came in while we were doing this. And subscribe to the channel. I'm going to do these lives on a periodic basis based upon what your questions are, the information that you're requesting. You need more details, drop me a line or fill out the form that's located in the description. There's a link in the description. And until next time, make it a great day.